Hey, good evening, everybody. How are you? It's good to see you, and it's good to be seen by you. Welcome to the show. Welcome, welcome, one and all. I, of course, am Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live, loud and clear on a Friday evening. And we made it. Well, you guys made it. I'm going to be busy all day this weekend. Yeah, that's about how it's going to seem. I'm going to be busy every day this weekend, but it's a weekend for you guys. It's time for y'all to sit back and relax. Stephen Kennedy, Cooperative Waffles, out there. Tolemicus, good to see you, and anybody else tuning in. Thank you all for stopping by. We had a hell of a good show last night, didn't we? We had Stephen Radney McFarland on, and he talked about all kinds of cool stuff. Now, if you missed that and or missed a lot of it, and you like what Stephen had to say, fear not, because Stephen will be doing a panel titled "Dumb Shit That Stephen Says" at the GWOC, the Great Underground Online Gaming Convention, which is now less than 2 weeks away. So I'm excited about that. He's going to be running a couple of games, he has said, and I'm super excited about that, because one of them, I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but the other one he's already got in the grid, and so that's going to be real cool. But yeah, Stephen is one of those interesting cats who worked at Wizards of the Coast, but he worked at there so long ago that he actually worked with TSR veterans. So Stephen is, I mean, he's not like, oh, well, this exec C-suite guy came from the Xbox division of Microsoft and knows what a Dungeon and Dragon is, so he's actually got he's actually got something going on upstairs when it comes to our beloved hobby. And so that's what makes it so fun to have guys like Stephen on, which is stuff that we do around here. And if you want to be part of that, if you want to be in and amongst all of that cool stuff as it happens, do me a favor and click the subscribe button and click the bell icon for notifications. It's really important that you do that. And the reason that it's really important that you do that is my channel is being actively suppressed by the YouTube algorithm. They are out there fighting to make sure that you can't see my content. And I know this because they told me so. This is not just some nutso schizoid ramblings of a demoralized dungeon master. TXG, good to see you. So yes, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up and join us here. If you want to support us on Patreon, you can support us on Patreon. If you want to support us through YouTube membership, you can support us through YouTube membership. I'm trying to get my feet under me so I can get back to providing things to our higher tier patrons and so on. And I have just been kneecapped, but I will get on the stick. I promise you guys. I will do that as quick as I can. I mentioned the GWOC, the Great Underground Online Gaming Convention. But one thing also that I do want to mention is the GWOC. We're not just going to have games. We're not just going to have guests, as if that wasn't enough. We are actually, I am going to be holding an auction. There's going to be a special auction room set aside at the GWOC where you will be able to bid on a wood grain original Dungeons and Dragons set reproduction. Now, who wants an OD&D wood grain set? Well, you do, obviously. I'm almost certain that you do. Who's got the, I don't know, $12,000 to $26,000 to buy one? None of us. Well, here's your chance then. Here's your chance to pick up a reproduction wood grain OD&D set. Fool your friends and impress them at the same time. And so this one or one just like it is going to be up for bidding at the guac. There will be a minimum bid. There will be a minimum bid, but you will have a chance to get one of these bad boys, and don't miss it. Don't miss it. So anyway, that's just some of the fun stuff that's coming up on the guac. I am going to be over tomorrow. I'm going to be over at the Speakeasy. Ryan dragged me kicking and screaming over there and used an extremely unattractive AI generated image of me for their thumbnail. And then I've got something coming up on Sunday night. I'm going to be over with Death Angel Shadow on his YouTube show. I'm excited about that. That's going to be at 9:00 on Sunday night. So I'm busy all weekend. I might have a third live stream that I'm guesting on Sunday night too. So I'm going to be busy, boys and girls. I was busy today too. I was busy today. What did I do? I got my new shelf and put it together, and it's over here. I thought maybe you guys couldn't see it, but you can see it. It's right here. So that's going to get filled up with D&D stuff. Because I'm tired of, once again, things have spilled over onto the floor in here. I got that excellent haul of 16 inches, 1 1/3 feet of Dragon magazines. So yeah, that's kind of a thing I need shelving stuff for, and I'm going to move some stuff around. I'm going to put some stuff over there. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's going on and doing with that today. Yeah, the fisheye really does bring it in. So I'm looking forward to that. I haven't seen it, Robert Phillips. I have not I have not seen that. But anyway, yeah, Michael, he had actually he had reached out to me a long time ago, and I apologize for if I had crossed wires with anyone on that. So yeah, I put the new shelf together, and I'm gonna be throwing stuff over there. The one thing I want to get is vertical organizers for the magazines to put my now collection of Dragon magazines in. Around 50 or 60 issues. It's a 16-inch high stack of them. So I'm looking forward to that, to getting those over there. But something else I did, and this is Blade Runner oriented. At some point in the past, now you guys see the little gigas and everything that I've got. I haven't seen it yet, guys. I have not seen this Blade Runner animated show that you guys are talking about, but a couple of Christmases ago, I got this little guy here. And apparently the company that made these got bought by the Funko people. I'm going to zoom in. But this is a little Rick Deckard from Blade Runner 2049, and it's called an Orbeez or something like that. Well, he sat over here. He sat over here for the longest time. And at some juncture, I must have bumped this bookshelf, and he fell. And I was like, oh no, Rick Deckard. And I just kind of picked him up and set him up there. And I didn't really notice, but his gun was gone. His PKD blaster. His PKD blaster was gone. It was broken off. And I was very down about that. And like, I wasn't going to get rid of him. I mean, he was a Christmas present, right? I wasn't going to get rid of him, but maybe I could look this thing up on the internet and get a good enough picture that I could sculpt one and 3D print it and put it back. I didn't know. So obviously he has his gun back, but I wanted one that wasn't broken. So I went out and fortunately, despite the fact that we only made like 6,500 of them, it's a stupid FOMO trick. Oh, we only made 6,500. How many people want an elderly Rick Deckard Orbeez? Not 6,500, but I found one for like $7 on eBay. And I got him. So I got a new one here. And then yesterday, when I was starting to clean up for the installation of the shelf over here, wouldn't you know, I find the gun. Like it was all the way over here. He fell off this shelf. That thing must have seriously bounced, because it was like a full yard away past a number of things it could hit. I was absolutely convinced that I had like vacuumed it up at some point, because I vacuumed over here just before Christmas, and then I was like, well, when did it fall? Did it fall? So I grabbed some grill. If you have to fix these vinyl toys like this, I'm not a Funko guy. Like, it's these two are what I have. But I can tell you that Gorilla Glue does the trick at gluing parts back on those. So yes, that is what happened. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. We have no watchers over on X right now. I don't know if there's a problem with X, or if just there's nobody on X that wants to talk to me or watch us or hang out with us, and well, that's okay. Gamma Knights is pretty short, or pretty cheap from the short, and it's might need to grab it and set up the camera for a GW mech suit battle when the game restarts. Boy, you are hanging on. You people are hanging on, clinging on to a return to Gamma World on Fridays. You're carrying a radioactive torch for it. Funny thing, Yang, I like last night, like we had over 100 watches last night, with the vast lion's share being on X. I think it's just more social media fuckery aimed at me personally, if I'm being honest. I think it's just more being screwed by social media, because I don't already have 500,000 subs, and I go out and I find a little guy's video, and then I drop my own video based on what he had to say, and then get like 38,000 views in the space of like 10 hours. Because if that was the case, I'd have a few hundred people watching me now on X and on YouTube, but clearly it's not for me. it's not for me. And I get told by them, like, oh no, we're just testing to see if you can get views. We're just testing to see if you can get views. And I do. And then they put me right back there. We just want to make sure that's consistent. Make sure it was really real. Okay, so it was, but is that really enough? No. And today you just didn't get the views. So we were right to suppress your channel. So just shut up and be happy with 65 views in 2 hours on your video. So anyway. That is a shame about Peter Samedi not going forward with King Cryptid, because I remember talking to him about King Cryptid. It seemed so very cool. It seemed like such a very cool thing. And he's not gonna go forward with it. That's a shame. That's a shame. Anyway, so yeah, please guys, again, I'm begging with you, I'm pleading with you. There are only 2 entities that will promote the Delver's Dungeon, that will say, hey, click here, and it's you guys as a whole and me. You're all I have to promote the show. All I have, because YouTube wants me silenced, and Twitter, who knows, day to day. I just had this picture of, like, you ever seen the video for Intergalactic, and the 3 scientists in the robot mech suit are like fighting each other and running around? I picture the server room at Twitter as being like that every day. So, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I've run my mouth for almost like 20 minutes. My players are going to leave, and they would be justified in doing so if they split on me. So let's hope that they haven't done that. And I'll put on my my headphones, and I'll zoom back out because nobody wants to see my ugly face. And anyway, let's go ahead and welcome in our players. We have now, I don't know if Jason wants me to use his character's full formal name. I don't know. But Jason is our latest addition to the Delver's Dungeon family O Gamers, or FOG. He is playing a replicant in tonight's Blade Runner RPG. Everybody, please put your hands together for Jason as Inspector J. Jason, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing good. I'd also like to throw out there another way to support your channel. Merch.
Oh, that is beautiful. Look at that.
Buy the merch.
That is gorgeous. Thank you. Yes, and if you guys are interested in the merch, you can click the link down below. You can get a t-shirt, you can get a hoodie, a pint glass for your favorite libation. Jason, thank you very much for purchase of the merch.
My own Funko story. I have the whole set of the full-size Funko for both the original and 2049.
Sweet.
They're all up there. And I thought, okay, I'm done. I'm not buying any more Funko. I don't need any more Funko. Then my wife gives me a couple ones from like Dune. And I'm like, God damn it, woman.
Is there a 1984 Dune Funko set? Because there
are some 84 Funkos out there.
Oh man, I didn't need to know that.
I know there's a Sting Phaedroth out there
With just the cod piece, just the cod piece, you know.
there was a Paul, and I think there was a Baron, but I'm not sure if there's any more than that.
Need two boxes for the Baron.
Yep.
All right. So anyway, thank you for being here, Jason. And next up, back from her tour of southern Wisconsin, everybody please welcome longtime veteran of the Friday Night Psychic Wars. We have Canik as Inspector Catherine Bright. Canik, hello.
Hello. How is everyone?
Well, you know, I'm here. I'm doing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
And speaking of that YouTube grind, this fellow, you absolutely need to subscribe to his channel as well. He needs the subs more than my bitchin' crying ass does, but you can find him at Yang Yan Zhao 4 here on YouTube for comic book talk, for drawing streams, for interviews with creators, for media views and reviews, and he is 1/3 of the dynamic world takeover powerhouse that is the Nerd Council of Doom. Everybody, please welcome my friend, and he'd better be yours or he'll use the agony booth on you, Yang and Zhao as Inspector Mason Stone.
Evening, everyone.
Yang, how are you, my friend?
Hobbling along.
Hobbling along. Are you injured?
I managed to injure myself this week.
Oh my
but
God.
I'm back to walking, so that's good.
Busted your leg? Oh, that's horrible, dude. Well, I still believe that you can that you can endeavor to kick ass this week as we play some Blade Runner. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with the Blade Runner RPG, this is from a company called Free League, and let's see, let me make sure that I open the right one. The Blade Runner RPG from Free League is set in the dystopian world of Los Angeles in the year 2049. And all of the characters involved work for the Los Angeles Police Department and investigate crimes and so on involving replicants, synthetic humans. Fun point of trivia, when I was a kid and I read Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, I assumed that they were like circuit boards and pulleys and gears and that sort of thing. And I had like, I could not conceive of vat-grown humans at the tender age of 11 years old. So with that said, we're actually kind of sort of restarting because last week we got a handle on, or not last week, week before last, we got a handle on who the characters were, what all they would be doing, and how they would be doing this new batch of characters. But since it's been a little bit, why don't we go around the table and you guys can tell us about your characters, and we'll start with Jason. Tell us about Jay.
Jay is obviously, like from what I said, a replicant character, because we can do that now. Because our first foray into this game was 2019, and that was not a possibility yet. Jay is an enforcer, so think like replicant SWAT kind of. And she is either in riot gear or athletic clothes. Nobody takes a replicant somewhere nice, so she really doesn't need a good dress. And she's pretty straightforward, no nonsense. Not exactly, just not too apathetic, not too bright, just kind of average, but is hell on wheels in the strength and agility department.
Excellent. Any outstanding physical attributes that anyone would notice, or just absolutely just plain Jane?
She's actually kind of tall, very athletic build, bright copper top hair.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. And next up, Kanek is playing Catherine Bright, who I believe is a sciencey character, but I will give Kanek the talking stick and let her discuss her character.
Yes, Catherine Bright is definitely a scientist character. She's got observation, tech, and medical aids, so she's kind of across the board, just getting it done behind the scenes. She doesn't have anything that stands out. Pretty average height, brown hair, hazel eyes. She tries to blend in, doesn't try to get anything flashy or anything else like that. And she's, she's living in the housing apartment, so there's nothing to talk about there either.
The housing apartments, those are the worst kind of apartments. Sorry.
But it's furnished at least.
Give the replicants. Hi, neighbor.
It's furnished.
All right. And last and absolutely not least, we have Mason the Leg Stone. Mason, I just went on a trip, Stone. Mason, I'm going to stop making jokes about Yang's injury now. Stone. Yang, tell us about your character.
Well, Mason is a city speaker. He was a psychology major back in university at New UCLA, and he had a little bit of a rough patch when he was young in the LA Hills projects. His parents were there, and he was psychologically abused, but it made him feel bold. So he is, he's a guy around town. He kind of knows everyone, got a lot of contacts here and there. And when he has downtime from the force, he hosts raves in his loft apartment.
He hosts raves in his apartment.
I'll be right over.
It's his side gig.
Plus, he knows he's right. Yeah, yeah. We decided we were going to use Stone's place as the party zone.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
we also kind of decided that we might be using physical dice tonight because the dice roller is giving us issues.
Oh boy. Well, let's see here. Yeah, no, it's just sitting there palsying right now.
Yeah, mine, it kept making the shaking noise and would never actually roll. It never let go of the dice.
All right. I don't think that has anything to do with the streaming tab. Let me try one thing. It will not generate it will not generate a streaming tab for me. Did that drop on the screen? Yes, it did.
Yes, it did. On the screen.
All right. Yeah, well, I rolled a d20 about 2 or 3 minutes ago. So yeah, no. Another one's going to pop up in just a few minutes. So yes, the Dice Tray app seems to be broken tonight. What else is new? I can even alt tab for some reason.
They're coming for you at all sides, man.
I know. I just maybe I should just roll the end credits now. But anyway, so Group O adventurers, you are all, there it goes. You are all you're kind of a team. You're sort of an experimental team. Rather than sending out just a single detective or just having an enforcer or a group of enforcers out and then calling in forensics, there has been given some thought to the idea of basically a tactical response team, a balanced tactical response team that consists of a group of 3 or 4. And you're one of those units that, through careful evaluation of Voight-Kampff Mark II testing and other forms of psychological and physical profiles, your team has been brought together under the auspices of the Special Blade Runner unit in Los Angeles. And so that is how you found yourself working together for the last few months. Now, your current assignment, or you're not currently on assignment, and you've had a few days to relax, to unwind. Of course, Jay, after the last assignment, went in to get the baselines, because you got to make sure that the Andy isn't going to snap, right?
Interlinked.
There you go. When you sit in your apartment, is it like you're in a cell? Interlinked. So you are you're called in. You're called into Lieutenant Robinson's office. Now, this is before the events of Blade Runner 2049, so things are comparatively normal right now. In fact, it is summer of 2049, so it's a nice crisp 100+ degrees on the street in Los Angeles, and anyway, so Lieutenant Robinson calls you in, and however it is, you guys all arrive there, you gear up, and you find yourself in front of Lieutenant Robinson. He's like, he's just a beanpole of a man. Just if he turned sideways, you wouldn't be able to see him. Very quiet, but you come in, and he's kind of known for his peculiarity, because while it's not against department policy, his manner of dress is very odd, because he's very natty. He's very just like, he's got this weird thing. Like, most people spend their vacation times in one of the few remaining decent places to go. He hops a scramjet and goes straight to London and spends 3 weeks buying new suits. And you cannot recall that you have ever seen him in the same suit twice. So you arrive in his office, and he's always got a smile on his face. In the 20th century, there was a word, unctuous, that people would often use, but it's an antique word, and he seems genuine enough. He's like, welcome, the new tactical response squad. Welcome. It's so good to see you all. Please have a seat, won't you? Mint. Would anyone care for a mint?
Mason will accept the mint, and as we go in the room, he'll be there, mirroring that kind of smile, holding his hand, saying, it's great to see you again.
It's good to see you too. It's good to see you too, Mason. I'm sorry, Inspector Stone. Not too much familiarity. The ever brilliant Catherine Bright, please come in and have a seat. And Jay, how are you, Jay? Good to see you. How are the baselines, Jay?
Baselines are all in the green.
Wonderful to hear. I wouldn't expect anything less. Top of the line. You, pats you on the shoulder, top of the line. Well, as much as I hate to stoop to cliches, I suppose you're all wondering why I've invited you here today. Well, you see, we have an absolutely fantastic assignment. I realize that police work can often seem like a good deal of drudgery, boring filing papers, and then there's the matter of chasing down this person or that, sometimes literally, sometimes figuratively. But this afternoon, I have received an interesting report has come across my desk. A new case file has been opened, and it's nothing too severe. It was a request for assistance by the police, less than a oh my gosh, there's been a crime. No, this actually came to us. There is a small matter that well, I'll just put a fine point on it. Our friends at the Wallace Corporation have requested some of our best and brightest for a little sit down with them. And of course, man of Niander Wallace's caliber, I said, what accommodations can we make here in the Los Angeles Police Department headquarters for you, sir? And well, you can imagine my surprise when he insisted that he host rather than put us out here at the station. So well, I'm sorry, I'm quite at a loss for words, but when he talked about having a team of experienced Blade Runners who would be able to discuss this matter with him, well, honestly, I just couldn't think of anyone better suited than you. What do you folks think? Put yourself at Niander Wallace's disposal for whatever it is he needs, and then we proceed apace. I'm not hearing a no.
Mason doesn't want to, but he will reply, "Sure, anything for you, Chief."
Chief, oh, maybe someday. Of course, maybe someday. Believe me,
I know it.
Yes, indeed. Well, then that's wonderful. Now, just one thing that I did want to bring up to you. Mr. Wallace asked for a good deal of discretion on this matter. It's not off books. It's not illegal. We're not being asked to do anything untowards. But when you get into the matter of corporate security, I guess what I'm saying is, if you're asked to sign an NDA, I want you to consider the signing of that NDA as binding as any paperwork you would sign here in the department. I think that's fair. Yes. Any objections? Anyone?
No, sir.
I knew I could depend on you. Reliable Jay. I'm sorry. Ms. Bright, do you have anything you like to input?
No. I'm doing a job. I'm here. If it's part of the job, it's part of the job.
One does what one must. That is that's the right attitude. So he was looking to have you arrive at 1700. It's oh my goodness, I've sat here and run my mouth for far too long because it is 14:55 right now. So you kids make yourselves presentable now. Don't embarrass me in front of company. And of course, we will treat this on our end. Mr. Wallace is well aware, this police. I'm not just lending you out like a pair of pliers. I'll expect regular daily reports, just as if you were in the field, as per normal. Anything that does not violate the confidence of Mr. Wallace, because I mean, we're talking about the largest employer in the Western United States, the Wallace Corporation. One does what one must. So, with that said, well, do you have any questions for me? Is there anything that I can answer?
Did he say the nature of his inquiry?
Well, given the skills that he need, I would imagine it might involve something to do with their replicant production or affairs therein. Is this a concern, Jay?
No, sir.
Excellent.
Will we
excellent.
have access to all of the resources here while we are working the case?
Of course.
assignment?
No, you are representing the Los Angeles Police Department. You the resources that you would normally have access to are entirely open to you. Now, I realize that the Wallace arcology is rather sprawling. Have you seen that factory floor? Whew, big as Kansas.
I'm quite
but-
familiar with the factory, sir.
Are there any confidentiality clauses that we might have to worry about between the two?
No, I shouldn't think so. I shouldn't think though. The as stated, the paperwork will all be presented to you by Wallace personnel. Now, again, you are gosh darn it, you're police officers. And I expect all of you to conduct yourselves as law enforcement personnel. If you're asked to do anything untowards, anything that is not entirely above board, both hands, I expect you to do the right thing. And that's why I chose this very group. I've read your profiles. I've looked at your workups, the VKs. I know I can trust you all. If there's anything that comes up, if you're asked to do anything untowards, I want you to come to me and I want you to discuss it with me.
All right, so your point of contact. Understood.
Yes.
Absolutely. And we don't want to go there and embarrass ourselves in the department. Might we take one of the newer spinners with us?
Oh, well, of course. Of course. I will I'll fire off a message to transportation and make sure you don't have anything that's too banged up, the budget is what it is, but I'll do my level best to see that yours has got a nice shiny blue paint job on it.
Thank you. I know they'd appreciate the official look.
Of course. So, he again just kind of anything else, anything at all.
Shall we get new uniforms?
Oh, this isn't a police formal, not by any stretch of the imagination. You represent the LAPD, but you make sure that Wallace knows that we work for our tax dollars.
All right.
And let's say we need some extra equipment later on. We can always stop back to pick some up, right? Wouldn't be a problem to requisition it.
Well, yes, that's pursuant to Ms. Bright's question. Yes, of course. And it's the department resources you normally have access to, you will absolutely have access to. I got to read this super real quick. I need membership icons and custom emojis. You'll help me out gratis, hit you up, but you're my friendly neighborhood force multiplier. Tank Ferret presents. Thank you very much.
And then there was also earlier some gifted.
Yes, I did. I did see that. Thank you. All right. So he essentially politely shoos you out of his office. You have I mean, getting up to transportation is its own things, but you've got a little while to kill if you want to do any nosing around before you have to be at the Wallace Arcology.
So I look at Jay and Stone and say, what do you think he meant, or who he meant about the looking presentable comment? Do I need to change?
These rich folk, we just have to keep up appearances. They don't want to look like they've got the pores working for them.
All right. So basically it was just filler. Got it.
I'm going to make sure and put my uniform on. I mean, not the full riot gear, but just the basic uniform. And I'm a little trepidatious inside about like going back to the factory. Like going back to see the parents after you left for a while.
Okay. It'll be fine, Jason. You're licensed and everything.
Yeah, but it's kind of, you ever see your own replacements being manufactured in front of you?
No.
Yeah.
something walking in on your parents, something.
Yeah, exactly.
So Catherine's going to make sure that her outfit is up to snuff, standard, clean, pressed.
Okay. Yeah, getting stuff like that taken care of. It's not a problem at all to take care of that before you head on out to the Wallace Corporation. See, pardon me just a second here, guys. All right, so you, barring anything that you guys don't want to do or do want to do, you saddle up and you head to the Wallace building. Since Wallace absorbed almost said Wayland Yutani, different universe. I'm not one of those people who subscribes to
You're not shipping the two universes together. Huh?
I'm not sure, but you know what? I will absolutely ship Blade Runner and Outland, or Outland and Alien.
Definitely,
it's they're all three are CRT punk. So whichever works for your point of
Alien
view.
being another great free league game.
Yes. The dice failures and so on are a little bit more critical in Alien.
Yeah.
You stop to panic in Blade Runner, it means you don't get to have the emotive scene with the heartbroken replicant that just wanted to hold a child in her arms. You do a critical fail in Alien, and it means you get face hugged if you're lucky. But let's actually, speaking of, after he shoos you guys out, what would this be? Oh, thank you, Rune Word. Thank you. That's about $4 a minute. I'm kidding. I'm making fun of Canadian money, not your tip. The thing I love about this channel is this is the role playing that I grew up with, not the theater kid BS that was shipped with the latter part of 5e. Preach. And that is a wonderful, wonderful, super Rune Word. I appreciate that. I really do. All right, so all of you guys, give me a roll here, and what I'm going to use for this is going to be, don't have the skill list open. This is actually, I can do this. Where is it? Of course, it's not there.
What are you
Okay.
trying to have?
This is going to be empathy insight checks for you guys.
All right.
Let's start. You can give the die roller a try if you want, but if you just want to grab the appropriate dice and roll them where you are, I will trust what you guys get.
Yeah, I got nothing. I got a
Got
3
nothing?
4.
Okay.
Ooh, I got a 6 and a 12.
All right,
I'm
so
just
three successes.
I'm just a sketch job.
Yeah. Beep boop, son. Beep boop.
I have a 10 and a 5.
A 10 and a 5. So you got 2 successes. You guys exchange a look as you're on that turbo lift that's taking you up to like the 308th floor of the police headquarters, and you can both feel it. And it's not just your ears popping from the atmosphere change. It is he was not being entirely truthful, you don't think. He was nervous about something. And what that might be, you don't know. You're not 100% sure, but there was definitely something off in that whole conversation. So make of that what you will.
So you think he's been blackmailed or bribed?
Sounds like someone's got him by the balls.
Could be.
Are they renegotiating contracts?
Well,
Well,
that could be too.
could be, or maybe he's been making a little extra money on the side.
I'm just worried about
Huh.
being recalled.
Yeah, well, I
You'll
don't think they'd
be
just have
fine.
you involved here, if that was the case.
No, it'd be all of us.
Yeah, it would be a solid team of you. Not just you.
But who knows a
Okay.
replicant better than a replicant?
The developer.
Well, maybe there's something skanky going on, that there's a replicant that got a bad chip or something.
Chip.
Well, whatever it is, programming. I mean, we all have chips in us at some point, don't we? I mean,
Obviously, yeah.
even us, even us life forms here are chipped, I think, one way or another.
And chocolate.
Could be.
Is the die roller? The die roller's working again. Yay!
Is it? Let's see.
It did for me right there,
Well, let's see.
and now it's stuck again. Now
I've got blue circles
I
that spin.
I love our friends over at DD Dice, but and I get it. It's like 4 developers, and they're trying to keep this thing working on donations alone. So I am not picking on them. But man, there's just nights when you want it to work.
Oh, it popped up and it's thinking again.
All right. So yeah, just don't just don't tinker with it for now. All right. So
Got a bad chip.
you travel to Wallace headquarters, or do you? Are you headed straight there?
I think we're gonna arrive there on time, but do we have time to go anywhere else? If anybody,
Yes, that's hence my question. Is there some place that your characters would like to go before you go to the Wallace building?
I mean,
I don't think so.
yeah, I don't know of any equipment that we need since we don't really know what we're doing yet. So,
I mean, I would carry my usual stuff, but nothing extra.
besides, I
got a
think Wallace
scientific
has
wave.
better labs than we do. So
Yeah, probably.
They make people.
Yeah.
you can
yeah.
you can resolve fingerprints and do forensic analysis of photographs. They make people, so their labs are just kind of a cut above what the taxpayers are willing to pay for.
Just a little bit.
Oh, the trouble I could get in over there.
Someone put more quarters in the die. Yeah. Is it somebody throw another handful of tokens into the die roller. All right. So what was it that Jay wanted to do then?
Jay has just gotten her freshly laundered uniform and is just getting ready to go. I'm following the other two lead because, well, they are people who can like make their own decisions. I really much can't, or I'm not supposed to.
You have decision making flexibility. They don't expect you to be, a robot vacuum cleaner out there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
maybe that's a new product line.
Yeah. A vat grown Roomba. All right. So, barring anyone doing anything specific that you want to take time out to do, the little things, fresh pressed uniforms, any usual equipment you have, that sort of thing, you've absolutely got taken care of, and you can depart for the Wallace arcology.
All right.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yep.
Airspace over the Wallace arcology is pretty tightly controlled, to the point that it causes spinner traffic jams because there's spaces they just don't let people fly over. I mean, since Replicant Night went down, it's been, it's kind of been a no-fly zone, and rightly so. So the fact that you, like, when you're approaching it, you don't even get the warning ping on your nav system to tell you're entering restricted airspace. You get a welcome message.
Oh,
Yeah, the transponder lights up, little spinning blue chrome Wallace logo pops up on one of the vehicle's display monitors. Very pleasant, androgynous voice. Welcome to the Wallace Corporation, building a better world back.
oh, they're rolling out the red carpet for us.
And then equally pleasant, but obviously not pre-recorded voice. I won't go so far as to say human. Asks if you'd be so kind as to allow landing control to guide you in. Hi, Kabuki.
Sure. Stone, you
All
want to flip the switch on that one? Let them take
You
over?
Got it.
All right.
And he'll do whatever needs to be done.
Yep. It's literally just push a button on the console, take your hands off, and you watch your spinner glide down onto the roof. Your spinner lands, it's drawn into a vehicle elevator. It drops a couple of floors, and you're in a clean white garage space, very well lit, and a door in front of you glides open.
So I'll clip myself and grab my bag and get out of the spinner.
Alrighty. So going through the passage, you are immediately greeted by an individual who she's got a data pad on her arm. She's wearing a business suit. She looks up, smiles, just makes 3 little taps with a stylus and says, welcome to Wallace Enterprises. I'm Love. I'm Nyander Wallace's personal assistant. Will you follow me, please? She gestures
Lead the
down
way.
the hall. All right. The first thing that hits you guys as you're walking down this hallway, well, there's 2 things. It's slightly humid, but not uncomfortably so. It's not like outside Los Angeles humid. It's like the humidity level is being maintained for a reason. And then there's the smell of fresh growing things.
It's healthy. I don't like it.
Yeah, you pass through. Calling it arrangement of tropical plants would be like calling the Wallace Arcology a local business located in downtown Los Angeles. You are in a very cleverly arranged mini forest of tropical plants. There's eucalyptus, there's palm trees or not palm trees, but palm plants of different types. You're basically walking through millions of dollars worth of greenery in this space, and you can't see to the left or the right how far it goes in either direction. When you start coughing without stopping, she kind of looks over, an enigmatic smile curling her lip, and says, I'm sorry, Inspector Stone. Do you find the Arboretum disagreeable?
No, not at all. I just it just took me a little bit to get used to it. All these different smells and human refuse is not one of them.
No, it's not. If you find it pleasant, perhaps you can visit us again one day when you're not on business and you have more time to enjoy the arboretum.
What? Thank you. Oh, I think one day I'll have to take you up on that.
That would be nice. Thank you. All right. So you go through and now you're in just kind of a very this is very clearly meant to culture shock people into realizing exactly how much money the Wallace Corporation has. I mean, people know, but when you see this much green and an open space that is not full of refuse or of the people or garbage variety in the space beyond it, it really does hit you just exactly how much money the man sitting before you has expended, because sitting there kind of slightly to his left, his hand rubbing his chin like this, is the most familiar face in the world, except perhaps from Mercer, Nyander Wallace. Thank you, love. Thank you for bringing our guests in here. I must apologize for making you enter through the back way. I trust it wasn't an inconvenience.
For you,
No.
Mr. Wallace, nothing is an inconvenience.
No.
And he'll hold out his hand to shake.
He reaches out and takes it firm, not a shake, just kind of clasps it and lets it go. I can assure you that Love has complete corporate confidence. If during the police investigation you require that she is not present, I'll understand completely. And I apologize from the bottom of my heart for inconveniencing the Los Angeles Police Department in this fashion. Now, it's well known that Wallace is blind, which makes the fact that he stops and stares at each one of you exactly, precisely, kind of off-putting. Does anyone else think the Iron Maiden Somewhere in Time album? Yes, that is a beautiful piece of artwork with the Blade Runner, the Tyrell building in the background, and the Blade Runner scenery and whatnot.
There's so many Easter eggs in that thing.
Oh yeah. One of my favorite Easter eggs actually is not on that one, but it's in the Number of the Beast album cover. If you look down in the, I think it's lower middle right, there's a xenomorph killing people in hell. All right. So at any rate, Wallace kind of half turns his cane and he stops and he focuses on Jay for a second and then stands up and walks and does like a slow circle around you. You know, I have to say it's not with a little bit of pride when I have a chance to meet someone who's gone out and serving the public, such as yourself, who had their beginnings in this humble industry. I trust you're being treated well.
I am, sir.
Excellent. Well, the reason that I've asked you here is there's a bit of an internal security issue. Typically, I leave matters like this to Love, but we have a couple of projects coming up that will require all of her attention in the next few months. And quite frankly, I couldn't think of anyone better suited to the task than a Blade Runner unit from the Los Angeles Police Department. You have, by needs, become the most talented at it, and you have the most resources at your disposal for it. And so my request to have you here, Love, will you please have them sign the non-disclosure agreements? I can assure you it's all standard boilerplate. We even make tour groups sign them. You may see or hear something within this facility that, well, we wouldn't want to let it go until next season. Our competitors, such as they are, would, well, I'm not really at disposal to say what they would do for a bit of insider information. And the stock market must remain ever so delicately balanced. And he lifts up the cane that he's been fidgeting with and just balances it perfectly on his index finger and then sets it down. So yes, she holds out the data pad to you, and there's lines for each of you to sign, and she has the stylus.
Catherine scrolls up and quickly reads it before signing.
Yeah, it's what's basically, if you see something here that isn't pertinent, don't talk about it. Don't discuss it with anyone. Don't record it. Don't write it down. Don't take a photograph. Just all that sort of thing.
All right, so she doesn't see anything hanky, so she'll sign.
All right. Okay. She hands the tablet over to Mason.
He will also. Is it possible to check for something? Just looking for something out of the ordinary. Not necessarily something illegal, just like something that would seem like a little much. You know what I mean?
In the moment, as you are basically glancing at black text on a white e-ink screen, it's gonna be kind of hard. I'm gonna need big success on an observation, intelligence observation, if you want to try and pick something out.
All right. Let me see if this is working.
Crit success.
So I've got 2d10s.
Okay.
That don't look like they're rolling.
Okay. That means we should see them now.
Oh, well, that's not gonna be good.
Yeah. So no, it's just standard boilerplate looking stuff to you at a glance.
All right. Well, we were told to sign, so he's gonna sign it.
Okay. She like pages over to save the document and then tucks it under her arm and returns to Mr. Wallace's side. She gives you a smirk, Jay.
Something amusing.
Not at all, officer. It's just that, well, the baseline assumption is that you're bound to certain operating parameters. Of course, if it would make you feel better and you'd like to sign. Wallace holds up his hand and says, now, love. I understand. But please, Officer J should sign the document as well as anyone else.
Well, it was created here. I am no longer the property of Wallace. I am property of the LAPD. And thus it would probably be in their best interest if I sign.
Of course. You see, love? She's still smirking and hands you the tablet. There's a thumbprint box for you to basically.
Yep. I hit the thumbprint.
All right. She takes it, smiles, and nods. He turns to her and says, "Unfortunately, love, this is one of those moments when I'm afraid I need the confidence of the police department alone. It's for legal purposes, of course. What you don't know, plausible deniability." Still fixed smile. "Of course, sir. I'll just be in reception, sir." Click, 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 click. She walks away. She's a treasure. I really couldn't get through the day without her, considering my condition. Well, I suppose I should get to the nature of the issue of why I've had to request the assistance of the Los Angeles Police Department. You see, in this vast work that I've undertaken, I can't be everywhere at once. The good Lord knows that I have tried. So I find myself having to rely on outside assistance. You, of course, understand the nature of the work that we do here. You yourself, Officer J, are a direct benefit of that work. And yet, there may be some here within the corporation who do not view that work as entirely beneficial. You see, Jay, we do our best to help you before we send you into a cold, cruel, hard world. We try to give you what the late Dr. Eldon Tyrell referred to as an emotional cushion, but I think he sold it short. I think it's so much more than that. I think it's giving you the full gestalt that you need. I mean, who among us couldn't do a little bit better for being ready for the world that is? It's a world we never made. The process of this conditioning is not terribly complex on the surface of it. I can take you to the to a presentation area near the production facility if you'd like to see it undertaken. However, the nature of the human mind, and don't you fool yourself, Jay, you have a brain very like the human mind. It's a tangled matter. It's no machine. It's no computer chip that code is simply written into. No. It requires a delicate touch and a careful consideration of what's placed there to come to it. We have had a recent issue of product that has experienced certain difficulties with that mimetic cushion, and it has led to unfortunate circumstances here and with some of our customers. Now, there are few, if any, in the world who would know how to upset the delicate balance that we've striven to give to give you. But the unfortunate fact is, it may have begun here. I myself have personally poured through thousands of genetic profiles, millions of lines of code. I've kept myself up at night trying to ascertain the nature of it. And indeed, entire design teams I've kept up at night trying to ascertain the nature of it. And unfortunately, what it points to ultimately is a deliberate attempt to cause distress. Now that I've been able to isolate the nature of the issue, I want to give you enough access to the facilities here to find out who and why it's being done. The great seagoing ships of old required but a nudge on a simple wheel of wood and brass, real wood, I might add, to change their course and upset them for miles out of their destination. A single line of code in a guidance system can send a missile to Brazil instead of to Beijing. So I wish to give you full access, as much as you need. Find the nature of these culprits. And, well, as it is a matter of vandalism, as it is a matter of replicant crime, I would expect you to do no less than to uphold the law. Where do you need to begin your investigations?
What lots of replicants were diagnosed with the issue, and what subcontractors have worked on them?
Consolidated Amalgamated first noticed the issue in the B309 series, a group of XX and XY worker units slated for outer rim mining and production facilities. The production area that they came from, I will be more than happy to show you. We have isolated that production area. No more of the mimetic code is being used. We've fallen back to a previous revision.
I assume you have a sample of the code.
We do. We do. I assume that one among you is capable of analyzing the code.
Yes.
That would be her. I'm usually just a glorified hammer.
Of course.
Have you identified any specific teams that would have had access to the code?
Well, therein is the issue. You see, while I believe in the sharing of open ideas, I'm also confronted by the issue, the unending temptations of the conditioned humane to fall victim to bribery. Men will sell their souls for 30 pieces of silver. Typically, I rotate teams in and out. They'll work on different sections of code and memory. You see, that's the issue, is memory. It's not simple ones and zeros. It's not simple long words and verbs and nouns. It's in the memory. That's the issue. And that is the single point of failure. You see, we rely on an outside contractor for memory production. There's an artistry to it. You really should watch them work if you've never been to the memory bank.
So, what is the outcome of the trigger effect?
It depends. Sometimes it's catatonia, ceasing to listen, to heed one's peers at the most inopportune of moments. Sometimes it's aberrant behavior, deliberately tampering with a control, altering the course of a ship. And there were 2 cases of violent outbursts, which were fortunately brought under control by U.S. Marshals. So there's no specificity to it, you see. But the trigger for it, that was something I was hoping you could tell us.
So, will we have volunteers that we will be analyzing and determining to see if we can figure out that trigger?
I'm glad you asked me that. And, well, this is where the non-disclosure agreement really comes into effect. I'm fully aware that the Los Angeles Police Department and the United States government have very strict laws regarding aberrant behavior in replicants. However, our legal team has assured me that we are well within our rights to maintain, with the deadline of retirement, a sample of an aberrant replicant. I would suspect that starting there would be the best recourse. Again, the clock is ticking for this one. Would you like to see it?
Absolutely, sir.
It would be useful
Yes, I
to
believe
get a
it.
baseline.
All right. So, Wallace calls Love back in, and you guys are taken through the facility. It is dizzying. If you guys want to try and figure out where you're going and that sort of thing, we can make some dice rolls, or if you want to just try and run in a blind panic, if it comes to it, we can wait till then to make any dice rolls.
Oh,
No,
I've
I'll
got
try
some
to-
blind panic.
Nah,
You-
I want to know. I'm going to try to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's the casino effect. No
Yeah.
idea where you're going.
Yeah. All right. So give me intelligence observation, both of you guys.
Okay, let's see if it works.
All right.
You will not take a condition on failure.
Yeah, the dice is just shaking and shaking.
All right.
All right, so let's dig out another 12-sided because this one's 2 12s.
Hmm.
I got a 2 and a 3. Nope.
A 2 and a 3.
Oh.
No. All right. Yang,
Well, it looks like mine worked, so that's an 8 and a 4.
an 8 and a 4. So the 8 is one success. As long as you don't get deep in the office, you can make a beeline. Like if you kind of stay on this core area. You think you can more or less figure out how to get through. You guys are brought through a series of sealed rooms. There are biohazard stickers. There are info hazard stickers. There are all kinds of warning. There are units very much like Jay present. Are we only 290 subs? I mean, I don't, did I lose more? Did I drop back down to 9210? I was at 9215 earlier this evening. So, but as I said at the start of the show, I've been getting royally shafted by YouTube over the last 3 weeks. So who knows? Anyway, so finally you come to a reinforced clear acrylic room. There is a table. There is a chair that is fixed to the floor. It is in this heavy glass acrylic room, pacing back and forth in a kind of a hospital, scrubs, kind of paper scrubs sort of thing, is a, let's see if we can get a dice to work for me. It's not going to work. But there is obviously a replicant. Well, you're really not going to work for me. Watch, as soon as I go someplace else to roll a die, it's going to work. We'll do this. Okay, there is a male, obviously replicant, standing in the room, pacing back and forth nervously. And it stops and looks up. Hello? Are you here? Are you guys here to? It's not a gown. It's scrubs. Oh, and there's my die. Same result. Hey, are you guys here to fix to straighten things up? What's going on? I should be working now, man. I should be working.
We're gonna try to find the ones who did this to you.
Did what to me? I should be running an ore lifter right now. I like beer. I like beer, and I run ore lifters. That's what I do. I like beer, and I run ore lifters, and I watch sports. That's what I do. Yeah. Beer, ore lifters, and sports.
I like beer too. Like, I talked to one of the people who are obviously on the other side of the glass that are showing us this person. What did he do? Why was he in there?
He like presses a button. There's obviously like a speaker system or something. He presses a button to click it off and says he was on the transit shuttle headed to the belt. He tried to pop the emergency lock open mid-flight. Got the inner door open. Put 6 crewmen in the hospital. I mean, they're all fine. It was a beat down. It's not like he's a soldier unit. It's not like he's weaponized.
Right.
But still. And after about 10 minutes of it, he just went slack, and they say he acted like he didn't even know why. Anyway, just let me know when you're done with him, and we'll gas him, and that'll be the end of it.
Yeah.
He clicks the speaker back on. The guy comes in mid-sentence. In what I'm doing here, I need to get to work. Okay. We were on the shuttle, and the next thing I know, the crew is lying on me, and they've been beating on me, and it looks like somebody been beating on them, and somebody popped the inside door open, and then they tied me up and they brought me back here. I don't know what's going on. I just want to go to work.
You have no memory of who was popping the door open.
Somebody, no. I figured maybe I got clocked when I was fighting that guy, whoever that was. I mean, is that it? Like, are you guys like getting testimony or something from the rest of the crew on who did it? Because I'll give me a keyboard. I'm good with a keyboard. You know, I mean, I can wear a vac suit and type on a keyboard, and I'll tell you everything that I remember, and you guys can arrest that person.
I mute the speaker again. I'm like, was there video footage?
Oh, yes.
He's seen it.
No, here, look, he holds up a tablet, make sure you can see it. Look at his emotive baseline. It's yellow lining. We show him footage of him going, it might trigger again.
Well, that might not be. I mean, that might not be a bad thing, because you then have them under observation, and you can test to see what may cause the trigger to happen in the first place.
I don't know that that's the best idea.
Well, you're just gonna gas him anyways.
Well, yeah. I mean, we have to retire him. It's not like we can just keep this thing kicking around.
But
I give a sharp look when they say thing.
Yeah.
But he's going to reset after it if he does trigger, so we can try it as many times as we want to get it then, because it would be clear each time.
If we knew the trigger, it might give us some idea of who put this in there in the first place.
Give me let's see. I think I'm gonna put this over to our resident scientist. Yeah. So you guys really want him to show the video back to this guy, right?
Yeah, we want to take readings and see how, if it triggers another one, to determine, you know, how it fixes in with the baselines and everything else like that.
Yeah. All right. So give me we're kind of doing an opposed role here. You guys are both speaking, so we'll start with Kennick. Give me empathy manipulation.
Okay, empathy and manipulation. Okay, I'll have to grab another one of those. They're both 8s.
All right.
And a 7 and a 4.
So you did get a success. Yay. Give me empathy manipulation.
All right. It's an A and a B.
Oh, so you're going to do a 12 and a 10. Nice.
10, yeah. There we go. Oh, that's terrible.
Well, you did get a success. He looks back and forth between you guys and tries to avoid Jay's view after calling it that thing and then getting hate stared. So he's like, all right. G, come here, over to the glass. He comes over there real eager, like he's standing next to the door, like looking down at the latching mechanism on the door. Like, it's like, yeah. What's up? Did you figure it out? He's like, I want you to watch this. He takes his tablet, hits a couple things, hits play, holds it up. The worker's face just goes slack. It's like, no. That's one of them fakes. You think you're trying to get me because you think maybe I know who like started that fight, and you're trying to screw with me with like a fake video or something, aren't you? That's not me. I'm a good worker. I mine ore. I like beer. I like to watch sports. That's not me. Stop it. He punches the glass. It just, you can visibly see the security personnel in the outer of the two cubes, like outside of you guys, like tense up. They got those P90s. They're ready. They're ready for this guy to say or do something. Yeah, this guy is clearly upset. Give me, if you would please, Jason. I need a roll from you. And in your case, it is going to be an empathy insight roll.
It's going to be 2 8s. They're all C's.
That's all right. That's all right.
Pair of 2s, nothing.
A pair of 2s. You are at disadvantage right now. This is starting to upset you. While it's clear that this is a unit that is not properly operational, it also doesn't understand why.
Yeah.
And you pretty much know what has to happen, but that doesn't make it any easier. Yeah, he's kind of backed away in horror and is pressing himself against the glass in the back. And he's like, no. That's not, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. You stop lying to me. All right, what do you guys do? You could also re-roll if you want to.
Push.
You don't have to push, but you can re-roll if you want. Actually, no, that is a push. I'm sorry. Yes,
Yeah, that is a push.
Yeah,
We'll try the push.
All right, we'll try the push mechanism.
4 and 5, so close.
Yeah. So you
That's a stress.
that is a point of stress. Like you involuntarily, you can feel your fists start to clench, like your shoulders are tensing. You're trying to tell yourself, I am a piece of hardware. That is a piece of hardware that is malfunctioning. Nothing going on here is anything that shouldn't be done.
Yeah.
Except yeah, you feel your baseline is kind of starting to slip just a little bit.
I look at Jay and say, "Are you okay, or you need to step out?"
Well, I don't know if what is Jay what is Jay doing right now? Just kind of eyes fixed straight ahead? You tensing up? You pacing? What are you doing?
She's very much tensing up and watching
Okay.
what's going on here, because like she knows he's not 100%, but this is something that was done to him and not of his own action. It's because somebody like tweaked his memory file.
Okay. Give me all right, so you're obviously tense. So yes, Gannick, you don't have to make a roll. What is Stone doing during all of this?
Well, I think he would just after seeing the replicant crash out, he's just going to go back to the scientist.
Oh, we lost you, Yang.
You cut out.
Oh no, the replicant got him. I'm gonna go back to the scientist and take it easy, Kabuki. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it.
How could he not know what he is?
Thank you everyone who's dropped in tonight. Yeah, we have Yang, are you there? Okay, I don't want to step on what Yang's doing, but he's just watching, observing very carefully right now. Oh, and he dropped, so probably he'll come back in a second. So, yeah, the tech that's with you guys is like, I've got to call this. I'm sorry. It's literally federal law. You are police officers. I could face serious prison time if I don't shut this down right now. My sincere apologies, Mr. Wallace and the A labs have told me to make sure you have full access to postmortem as you need it for autopsy or what have you. He picks up his tablet, pages over to a couple of screens, taps a few buttons, and looks up and says, just relax. Just relax. All right, we'll wait for Yang to get back. Yang, are you there?
Am I here?
You are here. Okay.
Hey.
Did you get Bluetoothed out there?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It just wouldn't recognize my my microphone anymore.
Huh.
It's very strange. Sorry. So I think he would just turn away from the scene and talk to the scientist and ask him. Every one of the batch was like this then.
More or less. This is if he leans in and says, Sado Voce, I would ask you that the replicant police officer not be here. This last little bit can be a little off-putting. It is to some people too. The replicant inside the innermost glass chamber has collapsed back on the seat and is laboring to breathe. You cannot hear anything out of the chamber.
So Mason will look over at Jason. Jason's not freaking out, right?
Jay, you describe what you're feeling right now, Jay. Role played out.
He is kind of frozen, but shaking a little bit, but still very stern looking. She's not moving. She's just like bearing witness to everything that's going on.
Well, I guess Mason will ask Jason, buddy, you need to take a moment to maybe grab a coffee or something.
Yeah, he turns around and looks and she says, "Yeah, this is a worker model. The lung capacity and hemoglobin count, it actually takes like 5 minutes for total hemostatic shutdown. So if you want to step away, there's a waiting area just outside the lab."
I just leave the room. Just silently just walk out.
So Mason will turn back to the scientist. All right, then. What did you want to tell us?
Oh, well, I mean, you saw it was it didn't know what it had done. It didn't recognize it did not. No, he does not say recognize. He said it didn't acknowledge what it had done. You know, and by the way, I should have said this to your replicant companion. This is we're just voiding the atmosphere out of the room. Look, he's already unconscious. Or he says, "Look, it's already unconscious. It'll all tire function will stop in the next, like I said, 5 minutes." They're designed to work in potentially low atmosphere situations, so it's just, you know, if this was an entertainment unit, it'd already be done. So it just takes us a little bit longer.
And how many did you need to do this to?
Oh, well, we just kept the one operational unit. The rest were retired on the spot.
Right. And how big was the batch? I guess is my question.
It was I'm sorry. It was 6 that went to that went to the belt in different batches. You know, we try not to send them in more than batches of 2 unless it's a rush. And it wasn't like both of them. It was like one on this one, one on this one, one on this one, and then this this poor bastard here. And then we the federal marshals retired the couple that started something on their asteroid, and there was a armed flight guard on another one that retired that one, and the others were taken down by miners. This was the only one that was close enough to Earth that they actually apprehended. So Mr. Wallace wanted it brought back for observation. Well within the window of product quality assurance, not bringing a dangerous replicant back to Earth to keep. I can assure you. I can assure you. There's a beep and he looks at his tablet. Oh, and that's it. All finished. We'll get it down to an autopsy lab and start going over it. He looks at Catherine and says, "Do you want that data too? Do you want to be present while that's going on?"
I would. And I'd like to compare baseline for a fully functional unit to his readings so that we can compare the two and see where there are any deviations that might lead us to determine what was the cause.
Sure. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and start getting the paperwork together for that. I hope your companion is going to be all right. Well, we're going to get started on that, and as soon as we have that data ready to go for you, and we're ready to start that procedure, we'll let you know. If there's any of this data of the interview, anything like that, any video data that you'd like to see, just I'll make sure you have a copy before you leave today.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. All right, he's watching the monitor. He just turns back to monitoring to make sure everything is finished. So, what to do?
Well, I will join Jay in the lounge
Yeah,
and
Yeah, Mason will
probably
go out there.
get a coffee.
the lounge is all this like terracotta sandstone colors, and there's a fish tank embedded in the wall that it's like 300 degrees encircling the room. But one of the early successes of Wallace Labs was the recreation of several types of tropical fish that had been rendered extinct by World War Terminus. They're Wallace fish, of course, but still, it's
Gibbs would have been happy with it.
Yeah, Gibbs' dying wish, and there it is. There's a little informational plaque under each about the synthetically grown coral polyps and how they've repaired like 19% of the reef damage in the Australian Barrier Reef, which is enormous. It's just colossal. All right, so you guys are back together, and Bright and Stone, you both know that you need to get Jay back for a baseline assessment, like right away.
All right. Well, let's head on back to base and we'll start pursuing these leads.
All right, almost on cue, Love walks into the the waiting room outside the lab area and says, "I trust the first day of your investigations were informative and helpful."
You could say that.
Wonderful. Is there anything else you need before I take you back up to your car?
Yes. If you could just send over the names of everyone who would have had access to the area, we would appreciate it.
Of course, Officer Stone. I have a list right here. She hands you a paper printout, like just like that, like just takes it out of a pocket in the back of her tablet, her ever-present tablet, and hands it to you. And you had a question too, Miss Bright?
Yes. Do you have like a direct contact line if we have any additional questions that we can get direct access to the team and the results ongoing?
Oh, well, I'm presuming that you're referring to the postmortem examination and the data gathering that's going on with that. I had assumed that you would be returning tomorrow once you had kind of glances over at Jay, things put back in order for yourselves.
Oh, definitely. But What if we have questions between now and then?
Well, if you do, I tell you what, why don't you call me directly and I'll do my level best to get that information to you. She reaches behind her lapel and hands you takes out of her jacket pocket, hands you a business card.
Okay. And I will hand her one of my cards as well in case you need to reach us directly also.
Thank you. You know, we have the greatest respect for the Los Angeles Police Department and the work you do. We feel that the safety of the people of Los Angeles and the greater California coastal region is of paramount importance, even given the near impeccable safety record of Wallace replicants. She walks you guys back out to an elevator and takes you to your car. Anything else you guys want to discuss with her on your way up?
Nope, I think we kind of covered that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Well, that is where we'll leave it tonight. The replicant mystery deepens. Thank you to all of my players, Jason and Kanik and Yang. I apologize for the dice roller not working for our audience tonight. Hopefully it will be back on an even keel tomorrow. Thank you everybody for tuning in tonight, all 10 of you that watched. Don't forget, I will be on the where will I be? I will be on the Speakeasy tomorrow. I will be over on Death Angel Shadow show tomorrow. I will share up all sorts of links on social media about that. Thank you to my players again for dropping by tonight to game. It was a blast. And then of course I will return Monday, and Monday we are going to start the Dragon Magazine drawings for our channel members and patrons. So don't miss out on that. So everybody, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and just remember, the replicants, they might be synthetic, but our owl bear is absolutely real. Peace. Good night. Love you all. See you next time.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere, in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around, some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle, way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.